Hey there, superfans. In today's story, we meet a villain who can freeze, rewind, and even twist the past with the mysterious clock of destiny. Can our hero Captain America stop him? Let's find out. Our story begins in New York City. People are running around the street in circles, reliving the same moment over and over again. Others are stuck like statues frozen in time. Captain America spots a bus that's crashed into a building. As he runs toward the wreckage, he sees a man who looks kind of familiar step out from behind a nearby clock tower. Cap quickly recovers. He knows that something's not right here. People don't just freeze randomly. There's always a reason. And Cap's super senses tell him that this time, someone is messing with time itself. As the citizens slowly come back to life, Cap follows their confused gazes to where the man has vanished. He looks up to see the clock tower, its hands spinning wildly, and its face flickering with an otherworldly green light. What's going on here? Cap wonders as he takes off after the villain. He finds him in an abandoned subway tunnel. "So you've caught on," the man says without turning around. "I knew someone would eventually notice what I was doing." Cap steps closer. "Why are you messing with time?" The man turns and Cap's eyes widen in surprise. It's one of his old enemies, Chronos. With a sneer, Chronos replies, "Because the future belongs to me. Now, if you'll excuse me." He turns back to his machinations, but Cap stops him with a punch. "Not while I'm still standing," he says. But that's when Cap realizes that fighting Chronos is going to be harder than he thought. Chronos spins around and raises his hand. In a flash of green light, he's gone. Then just as quickly, he reappears behind Cap, sending a glowing punch rocketing toward the back of the hero's head. "What the?" Cap asks himself, dodging the attack. Chronos laughs. "Did you think a simple punch could defeat me? I am master of time, and time is my weapon." Chronos freezes Cap mid-punch, then rewinds time so that he's back where he started. Again and again, Cap tries to land a hit, but no matter how fast he goes, he can never connect. Chronos simply watches, laughing, as the frustrated hero boxes thin air. Cap shakes his head to clear it. This isn't working, he thinks. Brute force won't defeat Chronos. If he wants to win, he's going to have to outsmart him. But before Cap can figure out a way to stop Chronos, the villain makes his move. He raises his hands and whispers, "Time rewinds." Everything around them begins to spin. Buildings disappear. Streets vanish. Soon, they're the only two things left in existence. "Got you now," Chronos says, grinning. Nowhere left to run. He raises his hands again. Time doubles. Suddenly, there are 2 Chronos, then 4, and 8 copies of the villain appear, each identical to the last. They all raise their hands. Time freeze. Everything goes still. Statues of citizens litter the streets. Buses hang frozen in mid-air. The world is unlivable. And the real Chronos stands in the center of it all, chuckling madly. "Now, what will you do, Captain America? How will you defeat me when you can't even lay a hand on me?" But as Chronos speaks, Cap notices something. Each time the villain moves, there are tiny ripples in the air around him. When he freezes time, the effect is stronger, but it's still there. It's almost like Cap thinks a vibration. And then it hits him. Not every part of time is affected by Chronos' powers. Only the major events, the big moments he chooses to tamper with. But small things like vibrations, echoes, sounds, these aren't under his control. And if he could tap into those, maybe he could get a read on what Chronos is planning next. Slowly at first, and faster, Cap begins to predict Chronos' moves. When the villain winds up to freeze the river, Cap ducks under his arm. When he tries to rewind time, Cap steps through the resulting time portal and lands behind the startled villain. Their battle rages above the city, twisting and turning around the Statue of Liberty. Here at the top, time itself seems to shatter around them. Multiple versions of New York flicker in and out of existence as both heroes and villains reach their climax. You can't stop destiny, Kronos shouts, throwing a punch. Destiny isn't written, it's made. Cap counters, dodging the blow and throwing his shield. He doesn't aim for Kronos, but for the clock of destiny in his hands. With a perfectly timed throw, the shield strikes the clock, cracking it apart. Time snaps back to normal. New York cheers as time flows again. Captain America smiles down at the city. He may not have superpowers, he thinks, but he does have a super will. And that's what really makes him a hero. We don't control time, he says to the children gathered around him, but we control what we do with it. Every moment matters. And with that, our story ends. Thanks for watching, superfans. If you love this Captain America story, tell us which moment was your favorite in the comments below. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? And don't forget to subscribe for more adventures from us. Until next time, stay awesome.